Oh, there you are, YouTube.
Right here. Okay.
Number 9.
Nope.
Whoopsies.
There we go. What does it say?
What do we got?
The Family Man.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Yeah, it does
2
look
Jeremy
kinda
Piven
pink,
movies in a
doesn't
row.
Orange.
Can you get it back in there?
Open
Whoopsies.
There we go.
Awesome. The Family Man.
Sissy turn.
It's Sissy's turn. This is
You want to try too? The Family Man. Yeah, good job. And then we want to put it back?
Here, this one.
Right there.
in here. There we go.
Good job.
Boop.
Much later.
Time to watch The Family Man. The Family Man has sort of a It's a Wonderful sort of an It's a Wonderful Life. Can I talk? Has sort of an It's a Wonderful Life vibe going, that sort of thing, Mr. Destiny sort of thing. And it's a very good version of it. And Nicolas Cage, this is like, I don't know. I've kind of always said this is when we see Nicolas Cage at his most normal, because you know he's like a high energy, overwhelming kind of guy. But here he is toned down. But it's kind of like the same way. I mean, it's definitely a different character, but toned down like we see in the National Treasure movies, because I feel like he's very toned down in those movies. He may even be more eccentric in the Family Man. I would probably, because there are these takes, these scenes that you see that are like, oh, I bet Nicolas Cage came up with that. That probably wasn't the director. That was probably Nicolas Cage. And I've always heard this story I think it was probably special features or something for Raising Arizona, where the Coen brothers were talking about working with Nicolas Cage on Raising Arizona, and they talked about how he, was a type of actor that wants to try something his way, and, brings a lot of his own ideas to the table, but they are directors who bring a lot of their own ideas to the table and sort of want to make the movie that they want to make. And he wanted them play the character he wanted to play. So they sort of had to navigate, okay, how do we work with Nicolas Cage here? How do we work with this actor? He seems determined to do what he wants to do with this character. So they sort of had to create this, like, at least 3 take system, where it was like they tell him, or maybe it was just at least 2 take system. They tell him what to do, and then he does it his way, and then they say, okay, now that you've done your version, let's do our version and then see what happens. So he would get to do his version, but then he would also have to do their version, and then they would always pick their version. So, I don't know. It's just like sometimes I feel like in this movie you can tell that was Nicolas Cage's idea, but it makes it an exciting movie. Like when he goes, ta-da! If you remember that part, if you've seen the movie, I'm sure that was Nicolas Cage. And then, I feel like that was Nicolas Cage's idea. Also in Ghost Rider, when he's sipping jelly beans out of the martini glass. If I remember correctly, this was years ago, I'm pretty sure that was his idea. He brought that. And you can just watch movies starring Nicolas Cage and be like, I think that was his idea. So those still do exist in this movie. But at the same time, I feel like this is a very toned down Nicolas Cage. But in a good way. I really like this movie. It's nice, it's sweet, it's heartwarming, all of that stuff. And one thing that I realized is I'm currently the same age Nicolas Cage was when this movie came out, which is strange because I've been watching him ever since I was a little kid, and I was thinking he was probably around what my age is now back in the 80s, like Moonstruck. You're watching Moonstruck, I don't know, he just kind of looked like a mid-30s guy to me. But apparently he wasn't in his mid-30s until he made The Family Man in like the 2000s. So that is very odd to me, that I am the same age. It's just weird to see your movie heroes, your acting heroes, silver screen cinema heroes. It's weird to grow up to be the same age as them because he, was always much older than me. And now apparently I'm the same age as him in The Family Man, which I feel like I should be the same age as him. Or I guess I feel like he should have been my age in Moonstruck. I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize when I was a kid how young he was. I just thought I was watching a mid-30s person since I was a little kid. He just kind of like had this period, I guess, in his 20s to his 30s where he was just kind of he to me looked like a mid 35-year-old, like a 35-year-old. So I don't know. Very strange that I am the same age as him in The Family Man, but I don't know. Very different. I'm wearing my hat to the side. I'm wearing a Superman shirt. Nicolas Cage was probably wearing a Superman shirt though, because under his outfits, he's a very big Superman fan. But anyway, his character definitely puts off a much older professional presence than I currently am, so that makes sense. Plus, he doesn't have any gray. I have gray. I got gray in my beard, got gray in my mustache, I got some gray back here, so, my self-image of myself is younger than him, but probably to anybody watching, I'm sure I look older than Nicolas Cage does in The Family Man, because he's an actor who gets, youngified constantly, and I don't get that treatment. So, yeah. Anyway, Family Man is a great movie, and everybody should check it out. Great little Christmas movie that I feel like doesn't get talked about quite enough. So on that note, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.